Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. All right, so I'm picking up on a situation here where something happened. It feels like you found out about something that you weren't supposed to find out about, and maybe this has been hidden for quite some time. And whatever it is, it has to do with Pentacles energy. So it could be that maybe you found out somebody was married. This could also have to do with something to do with finances or like a property or something like really hefty. And I'm hearing somebody come through and say like, this wasn't supposed to happen, but I also just heard you weren't supposed to find out this way. And they're saying, I'm sorry for messing up everything. You deserve so much more. And I feel like maybe you're not talking to this person. And I think I'm seeing you kind of scramble to get out of there. And maybe you were like in a vulnerable position, or you were open to something. Either you were in a committed relationship with this person, or that was very much the energy between the two of you. Like that was on the table, but I'm seeing you kind of scrambling to protect yourself and cover up and, run away. And this person is wanting to clear the air. So I don't feel like you're talking with this person. I feel like, you're having some kind of disagreement with this person, and they're saying that they wish that you understood how they felt about the situation. But I really don't feel sorry for this person. I just heard that Justin Bieber song, Sorry. Is it too late now to say sorry? This person is really missing you. And I do think there's something here about like responsibilities, and maybe you disagree about certain responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. I feel like maybe that's you. But maybe that's also what they're saying. And like, maybe you have a disagreement, but it also feels like part of your issue with this person is that you feel like something here was like, there's something here to do with choice. And I think you feel like this person made some type of immoral choice, and that they were very skillful about being secretive. And yeah, there's a disagreement here. And I think maybe you feel that this person took away your choice to be with them or not be with them. They lied. They misrepresented themselves. And they kind of, to you feel like they did it on purpose in order to control you and your relationship, and maybe to keep you in a bubble, or it feels like to take away your choice in some way, because it feels like if this had come to light and you guys had this conversation about responsibilities and how to go about certain responsibilities or something here like that, you could have made a healthy choice for yourself where you get to take care of your financial and your emotional needs. Maybe that was like overlooked in favor of this person's financial and emotional needs, and they made some kind of very selfish decision. But I'm seeing this person, like they actually care about you. And maybe for some that's like, because I'm kind of hearing like, well, I didn't expect, I wasn't expecting for anything serious like to happen. And I feel like if that's you, that's like maybe they didn't expect to have emotions. Like maybe they were like, oh, this is just going to be a fling or whatever. It still feels like immoral. It still feels like maybe this person had another situation or something. If this involves somebody else where like maybe, you are being cheated on or something, it's like maybe somebody got pregnant here and now there's responsibilities. And so this person is like, well, I wish you understood how I feel. I wasn't expecting for anything to happen like this when I got involved with this person. And I'm seeing from Chasing Liberty, there's this one scene where Liberty, that's her code name. I can't think of her name right now. Mandy Moore's character. She finds out that she's been betrayed, and he's like, something happened along the way. And she's like, no shit, asshole. And then like, that's when she leaves. That's the big kind of, blowout to that scene. And so I feel like you have left, there's some kind of secret situation, and either you found out that you were a secret, like you were the secret situation, or you found out that they were involved with somebody else and it was like just a fling, or it was supposed to be according to them, but then they, I don't know, had to marry this person, or now they've got responsibilities or whatever. But I don't think you care, because I think you feel like, well, I need to look out for my financial and emotional needs. But this person really does want to clear the air with you. And they're saying things like they want to address something. They want to clarify. I think they want to send you something. So they could want to send you a message that clarifies some kind of triangulation. This person wants to pour out their feelings. Like, I feel empty without you. This person, I think that's weirdly their way of reassuring you of like, I feel like if they're in another situation, or if they, whatever their involvement is, they feel like that's just about responsibilities. And maybe there's a lot of disagreeing in that relationship, but I don't think you really believe this person. And I'm not sure I do either. It seems like this is kind of a jerk that wants to have two situations and is very skillful at being secretive. And I think that's your take on it. It could be that this person reconciled with somebody else. I just heard since summer, something's been going on since summer. I don't know. That's not going to be for everybody. Take that if it resonates. Triangulate. Yeah, they want to clarify something. It could be that for some of you, they want to send you a package. I just heard like a care package. They could be trying to butter you up. This is niceness weaponized. It has an agenda, this person's niceness, but I think that they also could be wanting to send you some kind of proof or like a document or something to prove some kind of contract or something. But this person, on the back end of things, I just heard them like curse. I heard them say the F word, like, and just throw something in there. I just saw them run their hands through their hair and they're rubbing their eyes, they're rubbing their face because they feel exposed. They feel like something here like got out in some way. And again, I'm hearing like, I didn't want you to find out like that, or, but I kind of feel like they didn't want you to find out at all. This feels like something that they kept hidden or they kept a secret, and maybe they kept telling themselves that they were going to tell you. And it just kept, the longer it went on, the longer it was like harder to overcome. And this person was just like kind of entrenched. I do kind of get that. I just feel like the seed of this is deceitful. The seed of this, like it should never have started, is like your thing. This should never have started. This was deceitful. And they want you to listen to them, shock, investigate, and ask. I feel like maybe this person is, they know that you're shocked. They know that this is like big. And so, and maybe you did some investigating. They want to ask about that. They want to ask about maybe how you know something, how you've investigated something, or how you've investigated them. Cause I feel like they're shocked about some kind of investigative energy here with you. It could be that this person's done this before, because there is kind of like a breaking of the mold energy. Something here is like they're saying something was an accident. They just keep saying that it was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen this way, or like you weren't supposed to find out this way. I was curious or something here. I do think that is part of it here. We've got unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned, but that does infer that there's a plan here. There was some kind of strategy. And so I think this person is like, listen, like when things didn't go the way that I planned, and for some of you that was they developed feelings for you, or this went on longer than they thought, like they're seeing you as like Pentacles energy, like King, Queen of Pentacles energy. Then they had some kind of like confusion, and they want to tell you the truth is what they're saying, but I don't know that you can trust this person to tell you the truth. And I think whatever this was, you went from this was being like, you saw this as like a cups energy, a loving energy. This is something you could see for yourself, like for the long term. This was something that was going to be happy. But then this person did something, and I feel like you're just really closed off. And they're angry because this person does have feelings for you, and they know that they betrayed you, and they know that this is probably it. Like there's probably no coming back from this. Like there's like some kind of painful ending, and it seems like it involves a third party. They want to reveal some kind of conversation. They really want, I feel like you're not talking to this person, and they really want to call you. They really want to hear your voice. They're saying that they didn't do something when they should have, and that was either ending another situation, or it could have even been the conversation. They should have shut down a conversation. And they didn't do that. This person is saying they want everything with you. They're saying they want reciprocity. They're saying they want commitment, but they're afraid of what other people would think. And I think that loops back around to this responsibilities energy. Well, this person has responsibilities, and this person, they live a lot in their mind. I think like they always think about you. They feel like you are their soulmate. They feel like you're their destiny. But what about this other thing? Okay, so soul tie and unworthy. Absence. What is going on in this other situation? Dishonesty. By lying, I ripped us apart. I don't really trust this person. I don't know if they're saying both things. Like if they're saying this to both sides, I can tell that they like genuinely have feelings for you, and they're scrambling around. They don't want to lose you, but they also seem connected to this other person, and it's coming through as a soul tie. And what this says is that I always feel connected to you, and then unworthy. You're a better person than I am. So I don't know if they always feel connected, and that could be because of like karma. Soul tie to me, I don't know. That doesn't really sound very, like romantic or anything, but it could be for some of you where like if they're away from that person, they always feel connected. It could be because they have responsibilities or something here. Damage. We're both hurting from this. Hold on. What's going on? Third party. Detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. I think for some of you, this person, it's like maybe you guys were on a break and like this person involved with a third party. And again, they're saying they should have shut down a conversation, but they're saying like, I had to detach. They're saying something like, well, I was detached so that I could clear my mind, like from your situation. But this is just me chiming in here, and feel free to take this or leave this. But if I just feel like adults, I know this is maybe ideal, but I feel adults should have detachment strategies. Like you should be able to manage your emotions without harming people and it's just a red flag that somebody's got to go jump into bed randomly with somebody here in order to detach. Like one does not equal the other. There's ways to do the things that are healthy. Like, well, I needed to detach. That sounds reasonable, right? But I just needed to go jump into bed with somebody. That doesn't sound reasonable. And this person's conflating the two. And I think it's not a wonder to me that this person's confused in their mind. And it seems like this person maybe doesn't think things through. They're like a slave to their impulses or their cravings or something, but they do want your forgiveness. And they know that you're struggling to get over the past here. And they know that I feel like they're really up in their head about a third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. I think this person wants you to know that they have feelings for you and that there's other things, and it feels like this responsibility energy. But this person, I guess, doesn't feel any sense of responsibility towards you and for the way that you're treated and for your emotions. And if they do feel any level of responsibility, it's not anything that is actionable. They feel like, well, my other responsibilities, even, those are superior to you. And that's the message I would take away from this personally. Wow. I fear you will never forgive me. And I feel like you are saying I have to deal with my pain to be able to open to my heart to love again. I mean, this is wild. I feel like you really trusted this person, or you were into it, like you were really vulnerable, or you were really open, and then this just like really blindsided you. And there is something about the way that you found out. It doesn't seem like this person was honest with you. It feels like it was a shock, the way that you found out. You had to do your own investigating, and this person like really regrets that. Don't forget about me. I haven't forgot about you. I'm working on myself so I can come back. Please wait for me. I don't know. This person doesn't really seem trustworthy. It's weird to me because they're showing up as the King of Pentacles, and that could be because they're married and they're in another situation. And they're like, oh, I have my responsibilities. Yeah, you do, to your child. They're saying something about a conversation. I should have shut it down. This person, I feel like you can't tell if this person is slimy, because it just seems like they're a master of deflecting, and you are in no place to trust this person, and you know it, and they've given you no reason. And I think this person's not focused on that. They kind of know that in the back of their mind, but they're scrambling to try to make this right. But I think you feel this person is very skillful at being secretive. I think they want to blame this on timing. Oh, it was just bad timing between the two of us. Or like bad timing with something else. This person's really consumed with this. And there is like emotions here, but it's so selfish. Like even this person focusing on their emotions, it just feels really, really selfish. Because what about your emotions? This person's like, oh my God, I love you so much. And how do I and so this person's focused on like the love between the two of you, and they can, because it's like they perpetrated a huge betrayal towards you, but your emotions are like in shambles, and there's not an equality there, and you're not starting from the same place. And this person doesn't seem to get that, because it's like this person just is thinking about themselves. I feel like they were juggling. I feel like they had two focal points. Maybe, and this person's conflating something about their responsibilities. They're not a clear thinker, and they don't want to be, because, by the way, I just want to point it out. They have a responsibility to be. They have a responsibility not to have everything tangled up that doesn't belong tangled up. And, they don't give a shit about that. So, they're just confusing you and me and everybody in this situation, because they conflate. This is a person who kind of conflates their responsibilities. I do think if there's a child here, they have a responsibility to that child. They also have a responsibility to be a decent, honest human being and to not involve with people when they're in a hot ass mess of a situation and when they are incapable of handling that. They're saying that your wish fulfillment, that they don't want you to go, and that they're confused about their options. And there's something here about like, there was some kind of temptation, and it feels like in secret, like behind the scenes, and it caused some type of ending. And I think that might be with you. So I feel like you know what the situation is. And if you're wondering, this person's emotions are like all over the place, but that is the exact thing that would worry me about this person, because I think that's what gets them in trouble. Whatever responsibilities that they seem to have with a human being that potentially maybe they should not have. Seems like maybe that stems from the fact that this person's emotions are all over the place. They don't know how to regulate them. The fact that they can't clean up their mess, it seems to be an emotional regulation issue. The fact that they're treating you this way feels... This person's emotions are just all over the place. So yeah, their emotions for you here, there's like a desperation of them not wanting you to leave. I don't know how flattered I would be about that, because I'm not sure about this person. It's not that I'm getting it either way of like this. I think this person's sincere about their emotions, but I mean, can they just swap you in and out with somebody else here? Like, this is a runner. This person, I'm kind of getting that you are special to this person, but I think it's really hard to trust that. And this person uses their emotions to co-sign their bullshit behavior and to hide behind and to keep things secret. I don't know. I don't really like this energy. But if you're wondering, this person, they are torn up. They have emotions for you. They want you to come back. They don't know the right thing to say. And I think that's because they're, what do you say? And I think that's part of the karma that this person is facing now. Okay. I'm getting that there was a mentor energy that spirit was trying to send in, somebody with a higher perspective, somebody with a clear mind. And it feels like that energy couldn't get through, or that person couldn't get through to this person. And they were trying to ward off this like big tower moment, but this person wouldn't listen to reason. This person is like swept up is what it feels like. And so even though there's a lot of emotions here for you, this is a dangerous man. Ironically, because of his immaturity, even though he's gonna tout his responsibilities. You know the type. He's got all these responsibilities, right? So he's such a responsible man, but really who does this? Not a responsible man, not the King of Pentacles, an immature man without empathy. And I'm being kind of hard on this guy because I don't really agree with this. And maybe this was a mistake. I feel like he's in a position now where he's trying to connect all the dots here, and he's like, yeah, this really shouldn't have happened. There is no excuse for it. He knows it, and I feel like he knows you're out the door. He knows that you're gone, and he knows that he can't hold you in a fantasy about him anymore. So anyways, I'm going to leave that there. That's what I have. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.